products are concerned. But as I said earlier on stage, I think we have multiple products here. We have the products, and we have the products in business, and then we have the products of our relationships. Okay, and I think they all can intertwine, right? So my last 25 years have been in the healthcare field, teaching with my dad. So my dad was going to be a dentist. He got injured. His cousin carried him into a chiropractor's office. That chiropractor got him walking again. And the chiropractor told him, you need to go to chiropractic school and do for the world what was done for you. Okay, so a very difficult situation for him led to us teaching and training people from all over Canada, Europe, and the United States. Actually, we actually had a couple people come over from Japan and teach too. And a couple people from Spain. Right? So that's been my life. My dad helped create 200 different vitamins, mineral supplements. 200. Right? So what I'm going to share with you is what we really have our hands on. And the way you said it so earlier about really what products we have and the impact that we have is phenomenal. Okay? And so your belief should be really high on the product when I'm done. But I also hope that I can touch on a couple other key things that mean really a lot to me. Okay? This is a picture that the trail that my wife and I hike, and it has this sign that says, don't be a trailblazer. Okay? So a trailblazer is somebody that goes off trail. Okay? You're in network marketing. You are a trailblazer. You're not on the trail. Okay? Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Albert Einstein, these individuals, Thomas Edison, and I know there's others in other countries that they were not followers, they were leaders, and that's who you are, right? And so they're usually early innovators. Okay, so we're going to talk a little about technology. Who has one of these smartphone things? Okay, and you guys are videoing some of this, right? And it's going places, right? How does that work? Could we do that 10 years ago? So you're telling me you're doing things today you weren't doing 10 years ago? But are you still taking the same supplements that your grandma took? A lot of people are. So how many of you have an iPhone 1? Anybody have an iPhone 1? Okay. iPhone 2? iPhone 3? 4? 5?
iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, most people between 5 and 6 is when they showed up. So there were iPhone 1, 2, 3s, and 3 before that. Those are innovators. Okay, then early adopters, then late adopters, and then there's one people that still use a flip phone. Okay? So when it comes to what we do, where are we at? We're past innovation. We're still innovating new things, but we are an early majority, which is a giant deal. Right? So I truly think what we have here is a baby apple. Right? Within the healthcare industry. But you gotta be a trailblazer, and when you're a trailblazer, you're gonna absolutely run into things like this. You're gonna run into bees. Anybody ever ran into a bee in network marketing? Right? Got stung a little bit? You just gotta dress appropriately. It's gonna happen. Okay? But if you'll do that and you're prepared, you have great things happen. So a couple key concepts. Your body wants to get better. Your body wants to, right? It's designed to do that. What I love what Brian showed us earlier, Dr. Brian, right? Pretty complex system he showed you guys, right? Super complex. But we don't have to worry about it. It's already there to work. We just need to know what we need to do. So when it comes to this business, we just got to know our part. I'll let corporate figure out the rest of the stuff. My job is to tell the story. Okay? But I want you to know your body is designed to get better. It wants to get better. If it's not getting better, there's a reason. Either the person doesn't want to get better because they hate their life or their relationship, okay, or it's not being activated properly, or it doesn't have the right nutrients to do so. All right? So do we have something that can help that?
Yes.
Absolutely, in a big, big way. All right. So here's the reality, at least in America. People are not only not living longer, but they're in a care facility sooner and for longer. So who wants somebody else to take care of them the last 10 years of their life? Who wants to be in a care facility? Who wants somebody to change your diaper? Right? But that, unfortunately, is really a reality for a lot of people. All right, I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. All right. There was a lady, she lived to 97 years old. She broke her hip 3 times. The third one, she couldn't go home to her own house. And so a few months after she went to a care facility, she passed away. Her husband was 93. He was born in 1899. Okay? And he died, had a couple different heart attacks, but lived to 93, great life. He was still a cowboy in his late 80s, because I was with him out there roping things. They had 10 kids. They lived in a tiny community of about 5,000 people. 10 kids. The oldest one died of infancy, Berna, was 82 and she passed away from cancer. The next one, Boyd, 75 of rheumatoid arthritis. Ken, 77 at cancer. Lucinda died of infancy. Jackie died at 72, had cancer twice. Claudette, 60, cancer. There's 3 still living. The oldest one is 82 currently. So how do you take people that literally had a longevity of 97 or 93 or somewhere in the middle, and none of them lived past 82? So guys, that youngest one, Claudette, that's my mom. So my mom passed away in her 60s because of environmental exposure she had that we didn't know about. So right now, people that you know, that you love, that you care about, are being exposed to things that they can't see, they can't smell, that are robbing them of how they feel and function today, and how long they'll be here for tomorrow. And what we have is a gift that we can share with them to give them an opportunity to function better. So people all the time ask me, will this product help me with this problem? You ever heard that? Like, hey, will this help me with this, or will this help me with that? But we learned from Eric earlier, we can't talk about disease claims, right? We don't want to. But what people are really asking you is that, will your products help me be a better dad? Will your products help me be a better mom? Will I have more energy where I can be with my family? Can I be more mentally present with them? Can I get my stuff done that I need to get done? You know, will I be able to pick up my grandchild? That's what they're asking you, right? They want to live. So I would love to have my mom be with my kids. My oldest was 8 at the time. Okay? So that's what we get the chance to share. Now, I don't know if she's still be here. I don't know how much longer they might have given her, but I would like to have the option. Okay? So what we have is an opportunity to help people. Now, but this is where people are. Most people. They are reactionary. Right? They wait till they have a symptom before they do something. Okay? Because in medicine, right? Okay, I hurt, so I need to take an Advil, right? Or some type of painkiller. But does that fix the problem? No, right? So we've got to understand they're wondering if it'll improve their symptoms, but we need to move them to systems. Because here's the reality: most people are just going to get worse and worse and only manage symptoms. But we're different. We're trailblazers, but we're doing something different than anybody else is. So we have to tell the story better than anybody else. Because when the masses begin to use this, what happened to Apple? When the masses begin to switch from what Grandma used to do to what we're doing, what's going to happen? Okay, what we're doing is no substitute for good diet, good exercise, good sleep, and good relationships. You want all that, but we need more. We need all of that plus this. Okay? Because we want to turn that tide and go the opposite direction. Okay? So here's the reality. Degenerative diseases are not genetic but acquired because the systems of the human body are interconnected, and because one imbalance creates another imbalance. Poor eating and lifestyle habits, not genetics, are the cause of degenerative diseases. But I'm going to say degenerative life, right? Are you currently feeling and functioning at your best? And is it possible to change that? I was hiking up a mountain one time, and this guy was walking down, and he had a shirt on that said 58 or. I'm like, what's that? Okay, I said, and they turned around, and I go, so what's your shirt about? He turned around and it said 85. Because he didn't look 58, but he didn't look 85. This trail was a 4-mile up and a 4-mile back trail, and not an easy trail. I was 2/3 of the way up. I got up to the top. I told my wife, I'm going to run down and see if I can catch him. I never caught him. So he had learned that he can change his outcome by what he did. Right? We have the ability to do that. Because he's 85 and still just loving life. I want to be that guy. Right? Alright, so here's health. Health is where it defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not just the absence of disease or infirmity. That's the current trend. People aren't satisfied with the status quo. There's our opportunity to that, but we are the leader. We are the trailblazers. It's just it. Accept that. And when you're a trailblazer, guess what? You're going to have to cut some new trails. And you're going to get stung by bees, and you're going to have some hard work ahead of you. But you can do it. All right. So here are people's current choices. Do you know anybody that does that, drinks those things? Anybody know anybody drinks those things? Anybody? Why would you let your friends drink that? Right? Okay, but why are they doing that? Are they doing it because they think it's healthy? Does anybody do that thinking, man, that is good for me? No, seriously. No. What do they want? I want to have more energy. I want to have more focus. But do they think it's actually going to be good for them? And is that cheap? Is that expensive? Do you have a better solution? Right? Axio. Right? And the effects of Axio, guys, are cumulative. Right? Why did degenerative diseases happen as we age? Why? Because we do the wrong things long enough, and you're going to break down. What if we started doing the right thing and kept doing that? What would happen? Exactly what we have our hand on. So, do you want to use one thing, two things, or multiple things? I want to tap into every system that I can, optimize that system so I can perform at my best. Okay? And this technology is new, guys. This is stuff, and here's just a sad fact. What's happening in medicine today is about 17 years behind the research. That's just the stat. That's just a normal statistic. So what's happening today is about 17 years behind. So think about it. If you've ever been on an antibiotic for ear infection called amoxicillin, they're still using that antibiotic today. It's about 30 plus years old. Are you telling me there has been no new technology in antibiotics? That makes sense to me. Okay, so here's the other option. Anybody take vitamins? Are they all the same? Are they all the same price? No. So when somebody, your friend, goes in there to help themselves, they look in the book or they click on Amazon, I have X going on, this supplement, this might help. They go into wherever, and there's 20 of the same supplement. Are they all the same? No. That's why we have to get good at telling our story of what we have. Okay, because what we have is different. So here's the reality. We're hijacked, we know that, so we want to biohack. We're going to use nutrigenomics, which is literally personalized medicine. Right? Personalized medicine. So I know not all these products are in all the markets. Okay, now, but I know we're working towards getting them there. But I want you to think about that for a second. Right? Is there a need for this technology in these industries? Is there a need for longevity and anti-aging? Is there a need for skin care, pet care, energy, and weight loss? Is there a need? Are there people currently buying products in that space? Are they the same thing you have? Not even close. Right? So we get to tell people for the first time. So just like this, remember how hard it was to learn how to use this thing at first? Right? It was new, it was different. But does this change everything that we do? Right? So I got somebody a present. Anybody want to trade me their phone for a present I got you? You want to trade me? Who wants to trade me? You want to trade me? Okay. So she's going to trade me her phone. Okay, so I'm going to give her this nice flip phone. Okay? Oh, thank you. This one? Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright. So now we're going to have a race. We're going to have a race to go to some place in Salt Lake. So she has to fight her way to some place in Salt Lake, and there's $10,000 there. Who's going to get there first? I have her phone, she has that phone. So I would do what? I'd say, hey, Siri, get to such and such. Call me an Uber. Right? And then we'd go there, right? What's she going to do? She had to find a map, right? And then you got to call somebody to come get you, right? And he can't use his phone either, so he's in trouble too. But think about that when it comes to what we have and what other people are currently using. I wouldn't do that to you. But Darren said earlier when we started this, is that technology is going to change. Are we going to resist it or embrace it? Are we going to resist it or are we going to embrace it? And how are we going to get at sharing the story? So our opportunity to learn how to tell the story simply enough and help other people tell it simply enough where it can duplicate, we can help more and more people. That's what I want. Okay? That make sense? You didn't like my phone? Bummer. So, these are different systems of the body. So we're still used to, if somebody has a stomach problem, what doctor do they go see? They go see a stomach doctor specialist. They call him a gastroenterologist, right? Or if they have a neurological problem, who do they see? Like a neurologist, right? Do you know how many people, by show of hands, know of somebody or themselves have been frustrated going to multiple doctors and not getting answers? Okay, because they don't understand that these systems are all interrelated. Can you separate those systems? Can you? No. Right? So why do we treat them separately in medicine? We don't in LifeVantage. We treat the systems, the genetic switches, and support with the right supplements. By doing so, we activate all systems. So you're not always going to feel it, right? But do you ever feel a heart attack usually? Or feel it too late? 50% of people that die of a heart attack, their first indication is they're dead. It's a little late. Okay? So, you have a sixth sense of humor, by the way. Okay? So what if we just get good at telling that story? So guys, we don't know what's going to happen or when. But we can control what we do. Right? So for me personally, I want to feel really good, and I want to perform really well, and I want to have finances that are coming in, whether or not I'm working, because when I'm not worried, I'm a better dad. I'm a better husband. I'm a better mentor. I'm a better coach. I'm just a better human. Right? So these products and this business have given me that. Do you know of anybody else who would want some of that? Okay. Is there a better product out there on the planet? I don't know of one. Okay. Are there good products? Yes. But are even those good products tied to this business opportunity? Guys, I spent 25 years training physicians all over the world. I sold a lot of products for Amazon that I didn't need to. Because people buy it from me one time, they go try to find it on Amazon or something else later. This is tied to us. Right? It's a worldwide business. What I do, right, affects any other elite, and what other elite affects me too financially. Right. How cool is that? So yeah, I'm here at Profile Summit to hopefully help us engage better. Right? Because that's better for all of us. All right. So Brian kind of talked this. This is the cell of the body. How many people want 27 trillion people on your team? That's more people we have on the planet. But would you like a lot of people on your team? So let's just say you had 1 billion people on your team. Would it be hard to communicate with all those people? Could there be misunderstandings? And when you have misunderstandings in the cell, guess what happens? Dis-ease, disharmony, dysfunction, and then disease. That's what happens inside the cell. That's what happens in communication with organizations. So when we're treating and working with symptoms or systems, we're not worried about the symptoms as much. So I know we don't have all the products. I want to show you guys something kind of cool. Who's heard of NRF2? Right? Right? It's kind of cool. Brian said it's a protein. That's this guy right here. That protein is a messenger to say, hey, cell, let's clean up faster. I always look at it this way. Anybody have kids? Who's that? Who has kids? Who has teammates? Who wants your teammates or your kids to work without you? Anybody want your teammates to work without you, like do their thing? Do you want to supplement your kids' income, or do you want to activate them? Do you want to supplement your team, or do you want to activate them?
Activate them.
Activate.
We want to activate them, right? Guess what? Inside your cell, this guy here, once he's signaled on, he activates the cleanup process. But look what holds him up. What holds him up are these little things called fatty acids. Do we have a product that relates to having good fatty acids? Good fish oils. Omegas, right? So I know not in all countries, but if you don't have omega-3 fatty acids, you don't have good communication. So every product that LifeVantage is creating and working and getting all these countries is literally to help us feel and function better, right? And I know that they're working toward getting those in all countries, right? But here's the cool thing. You don't have to worry about how that all works. You just have to know you have to take it. Okay? So let's go on this. All right, we're going to go through this whole slide in detail. Just kidding. No one did. Yes. Right. So this is what I used to do all the time when I'm teaching physicians. We call it the 6 steps to wellness, which is literally try to look at the whole person. We used over 200 different supplements to try to make sure we affected all those systems. Okay, why so many? Because we were trying to tailor it to an individual. And there's so many individualities because we were still kind of managing systems versus activating them. I was supplementing, not activating. Okay? So I'll tell you what, the Vitality Stack, the Ultimate Stack has made my life much easier. Right? Because I now can activate it and allow my system to work, where yes, I still look at the person like this, but I don't have to utilize all those things. So we're gonna activate through nutrigenomics, activate to genetics. All right, there it is. Nutrigenomics, affecting genetics, we can supplement, we can activate, or do nothing. What are we going to do? I'm going to do both. I'm going to supplement, and I'm going to activate. So some of the products that LifeVantage has are truly supplements. Prebiotics, probiotics, omega-3s, but they're also tied to new technology, like the prebiotics. At the same time, I'm going to activate through nutrigenomics. Gene responses. Somebody asked me earlier if these things are safe for children. Okay? Now, from a company standpoint, guys, we're not going to say that these are designed for kids, because they're not. Alright? But this is what I say. My kids take them. Alright? So have you ever known a parent to let a child drink an energy drink, or to drink soda pop, or to drink sugar? I'm not sure those are good for you. But if you look at what's in these things, the ingredients that are here, is there any harm in taking them? Is there benefit in taking them? There's huge benefit in taking them. But here's the reality. We're most susceptible to environmental damage when we're really young and when we're really old. So when should we really support the systems the most?
Yeah.
When we're really young and when we're really old. And all the way in between. Right? So yes, as a company and compliance, right? So when somebody asks me, is this safe for kids? I say, well, let's look what's in it. Of all those things that are natural, would it be okay if you're getting Indian food? Well, guess what? That's what's in a lot of these things. Or anything that's in a grape, right? Well, guess what? Then you're probably fine. Okay? Does that help? That's kind of, people ask that all the time. So here's kind of what we have, and I know that these aren't everywhere, but I want to kind of hit on these. So it really goes back to communication, cellular communication. So we have the NRF1 gene. So here's how it's people I ask, will this help me with this, or will this help me with that? This is how I like to explain it. Okay? I'm going to skip to this slide. If you want to take a picture of that, you can. This kind of takes the NRF1, NRF2, and the NAD, the pre and probiotics in there, and it puts it on one slide. But I'm going to come back to that. All right. It's all about synergy. But here's the reality. I want this.
Oh, you're right.
I want the biggest preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine working inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
the biggest therapeutic breakthroughs to be happening inside of me. Absolutely. Every single day, every single time. Okay? Now I'm going to show you something next. We have a protandim family. Why didn't we just stop with NRF2? Like, why didn't we stop there? That's kind of a cool product. Has Apple stopped developing their technology? Are they going to stop? No. They're going to take this technology. The technology would allow all the other companies to change, whether that's Uber, Airbnb, or all these other, Amazon. This platform of technology has allowed that. So if you think about nutrigenomics and the protandim family, that's the technology. The different apps, NRF1, NRF2, NAD, all those things allow them to tap into different systems so they all work interconnected. All right. So NRF2, what's it do? So people ask, will this help me with this? I always say, well, this is in your back office. Right? So every one of us have in our back office, underneath the product, what's in it and what the benefits are. Because really people are asking how this benefit for me. So if you look at this here, do you want help keeping your genes healthy and intact? Do you want your body to be able to repair 40% faster? Does that sound like something that you would want? Right? Do you want something that's going to literally help your body fight free radicals at 1,000,000 to 1? Right? Do you want something that's going to help your genes survive? Well, then you would probably benefit from NRF2. Okay? What about NRF1? Okay? Would you like to have more energy? What happens when you're tired? Do you get much done? So I always look at it this way. NAD, which is the next one, which I know eventually will be everywhere, I look at that as the mom of the cell. So if mom's tired, what happens at home? What happens at home when mom's tired? Nothing. Right? So if mom's tired, she walks in, there's a mess all over the room, she kind of kicks it, whatever it is under the table. Right? Right? Knowing that it's there, it's going to eventually leak out. But right now I'm too tired. Okay? So NAD literally helps improve mental focus and concentration, better positive mood and motivation, more mental and physical energy. Do you know anybody that could benefit from that? Okay? That's what NAD does. Now, as this expands into multiple countries and multiple markets, I want you to go back to always the idea, look, we're not another supplement company. We are the leader in nutrigenomics in activating your body's natural inborn ability to heal and repair. It's very, very different. So and the thing I love about in the Orient, you guys have been using medicine, natural plants, way longer than we have. Way longer. And it's usually been family tradition, passed on to family tradition of how different things were combined. Right? Well, guess what? Now we know, based upon science, how to combine them in the right way to get maximum impact physiologically. So the body helps heal and repair without causing adverse side effects. So as this technology expands, we're literally going to find new pathways, new ways to activate, and then improve upon other supplements out there. So the more people you have telling that story, the faster your business is going to grow, and the more people you're going to impact. Right? So, here's the different systems of the body, or some of them. Okay? And I'll just take a picture of this slide. Each one of these parts of the body are affected by these systems. And like I said, I know that not all of them are there yet, but they will be. So my question always to everybody is, they'll ask me, well, which one should I start with? Which one should I do? I say, well, which one makes the most sense to you? Right? So if you're in a country right now where there's one, a lot of the people that are most people that are protan in this company, guess what all they had? They had NRF2 and they had True Science number 4. That's how they started. So if that's where you are in your country, just know that that's possible. What happens as new products hit? And you already have a bunch of other people doing this. And you just can incorporate that technology of, we're talking about genes, gene expression, right? You just take and you just fill that story out, because you guys have the benefit of knowing that it's just not one thing. We're bringing new products that affect gene expression over time, and I'm excited not only about what we have today, but what we'll have in the future. because we're literally not stopping with what we have. Right? Why would you? Right? We're going to adapt new technology, build on that technology to take this thing further and further and faster and faster. Kind of excited, right? Okay. So, who's been on one of these before? A tandem bike. Any ever been on one before? Okay. You ever wondered if everybody's pedaling? Right? Come on, guys. Everybody pedal, right? Mm-hmm. So, what'll happen? Right now, you may have NRF2. Then you add NRF1. Then you add NAD. How much further, how much faster can you go? Right? So as we add, as protandim grows, and we add new things, right? You're adding more people to pedal that bike further and faster. Okay? And have a lot more fun. Right? Your choice becomes in sharing that story and saying, guys, do you want to pedal by yourself, or do you want to pedal with a lot more people? I want to pedal with a lot more people. Right? So, my story was that I was introduced to this company through Axiom. This little boy that I was working with, his mom is the protandim of the company, Gary Williams. I watched him unfold in front of my eyes after working with him every week for a year. I watched him start remembering things and express himself and write and read stuff that he wasn't able to do before. With literally the Axiom, somehow it just unlocks his brain's ability to connect, recall, remember, and retain information. I just couldn't believe it. Right? And then what I watched happen over the last 5 years of him being on that, where his brain is continually growing, learning, and maturing, where literally I saw him the other day and he was reading a book in the car. He never used to do that. Right? He went from a little boy that was thinking, I just want to be smart like my brother, to where I'm smart as my brother. Okay? So it's unlocking his potential because a new technology applied to a brain or focused drink. So do you want to have better brain, better mitochondria, better NAD, better antioxidant repair? Yes, yes, or yes. I want all the above. Now, not everybody will, right? But what if you let them decide? Meet them where they are, on the way where you can help them get where they can be. Right? So, the one of the slide. You guys are quiet just because you don't understand my English or my whatever it is. I'm gonna give you a little bit of tease just for fun. What's that? Okay, all right. So I know this isn't in all countries yet, but I want to tell you what I think is happening from this company. So guys, I started this journey when I saw a little boy open up in front of my eyes. At that time in my life, so I was a successful clinician, right? I spent 25 years training physicians, right? People come to me from all over the world because they were struggling, right? But I was ill, yet I couldn't help this little boy that his mom had spent every week for a year to come see me. And a technology change in a focused drink allowed this child to become what he's designed to become. A technology difference. That opened me up, but I wouldn't have been open to the business if I hadn't at that same time had a company my dad been with for 3 years, let him go without notice, so his income went away overnight. And I broke my knee playing basketball. So the first time in my life I thought, what if I couldn't practice? Right? At that point in time, I didn't have a plan B. My plan B was kind of built in where I would go and teach physicians. But because I just watched my dad get fired and go without notice, and I spent 20 years with him building his residual income of over $40,000 a month. Now, I didn't make that money. That was his. But the intent was I could step into that at some point. That was not available. So I truly think that this was brought into my life at that time, but shown to me in a way that I would see it through somebody else. This little boy unfolding. But then I had to get knocked down a couple of times to see the business opportunity. So I hope, and as I've taken this journey over the last 5 years, and sharing that story, it's not easy for me to share that story about my mom. I still miss her every day. Okay? Grateful for the impact she's had on my life. Grateful for the impact she still has on my life, and the impact she still has on my kids. But if I don't continue to tell this story to them, even though it's not fun for me to tell, then they don't get the impact. So what we have as a company is the ability to take new technology to unlock their potential. Because I think about this little boy. What if his mom didn't see it? I didn't help the little boy, really his mom did. And he didn't get to start that product. What would he feel like he's capable of today if he never got the opportunity to have this in his life? So I'm going to share things that are uncomfortable to me in hopes that it will help us reach out to others that are struggling, that may be looking for something, whether it's a product, whether it's a business, whether it's personal growth, or all the above. Because I want to be a part of that piece, to try to help people impact other people better. And we're going to have bumps along the way. There are days you have to choose Life Vantage when you don't want to. Okay? But as a company, I don't think Life Vantage is going to slow down. I think they're continuing to add new products and bring even new markets. So the NAD, which I'm going to touch on a second, which I know they're not all markets, but it's this sirtuin pathway. And I wanted to tell you, so what it does, the sirtuins affect those systems. So I'm just going to touch on a couple of things. So would you want to be able to handle stress better? Okay? Would you want your cells to know how to fix things and repair things? Would you want to control the inflammation cycle better? Would you want your body to continue to have better mitochondrial function? Circadian rhythm, guys, that's sleep. Who wants to sleep better? Okay, I've heard this said multiple times where people talk about jet lag, but the jet lag is vastly different with the NAD when they're on it. The reason for it is that pathway right there. Right? So what I love about what Life Vantage is doing, I'll be the first to admit that I'm not perfect. I've made lots of mistakes as a leader. I'm still learning from those mistakes. But Life Vantage is going to make mistakes. We're going to make mistakes personally. We're going to make mistakes professionally. We're going to need to let go, forgive, and move on. I'm not the leader today that I was 5 years ago. I'm not the leader that I'm going to be if I continue to grow, then I'm going to be 5 years from now. It's whether or not I choose to actually engage in that every single day, just like you and me both. So what I'm excited about is to be a part of this experience with you, right? Because we have a lot of lives that we're going to touch and affect over the time. And my experience is that if we don't choose our personal growth will choose us. And sometimes that's just some hard knocks, right? And so I hope that I get to be on this journey in a long time with you guys and to see things just continue to grow and expand. If you have other individual questions that are a little hard to ask in this forum as I'm here this weekend, come grab me. I'm happy to answer any question I possibly can. But appreciate you guys being with me. And any questions that I can entertain from your groups? Yeah, how many minutes we have? Are we done? There's a minute. Any questions? Either I put you guys to sleep or what? Regulator? Where's my interpreter? I know. What's the word?
Cell regenerator.
Oh, cell regenerator. Okay, right. Okay, right. So good. So, all right. So, what you say is important. Okay. So, the cell's job is to repair itself where it can, and when it cannot, is to die. So I want a cell to repair and regenerate when necessary. So I wouldn't call it a regenerator. What I would call it is, it's a regulator. Right? So sometimes in our house, we have something, right, that we use that we love. But what if that thing no longer serves a productive purpose? What do we do with it? We store it. What if it's just taking up space? So in the cell is designed to utilize everything. Because if you have to keep storing stuff in that cell is going to get toxic. So protandim NRF2 absolutely is designed to help regulate that, repair it when it can, and then when it says it's no longer needful, it's to get rid of it. We don't want our cells to be hoarders. Okay? Right? Because what happens if your body's tired, it literally stuffs stuff places. Right? So if you're tired, your cells are tired. If your cells tired too far, you get more and more tired, you do less and less. It's not because your cells aren't doing stuff, it's they're just too tired, and the only way to protect you is to make you tired. So if you're tired, your cells in your body are protected. Does that help? Any other questions? Okay. All right, all y'all, you're awesome. Do you have a question? What? What? Can I help him? What's he saying?
Ivy?
那我就问刚刚那个问题，就是说，因为一个受体，然后它在，就是你们刚刚用那个骨牌来做一个，就是比喻的时候，那如果是那个骨牌的中间如果抽掉两个，就是说它的机转上，如果它没有这么顺利的时候，那有其他方法可以补足这部分。
Say it again. What's that?
The presentation early on about like if someone pushed had forced to this this mini pieces for this continual effect. I mean, but if for some reason two pieces were removed during the process, what would happen?
Okay, all right. So let me see if I understand the question. So right now, your body, and with every country, each product you have is different, right? So as you add new products in, you're going to have new systems, just like new teammates. You bring new teammates in, you can get more and more done. But even if you don't have everything, so if you don't have everything, your cell doesn't have everything, it'll pull from someplace else, right? And so when you're doing, I think, am I understanding the question correctly? I feel like I'm not. I want to mess it worse. Oh, dominoes?
Yeah, the dominoes.
Okay.
And so for this domino effect, what if somehow two pieces were missing in the midst of it?
Okay.
What would happen?
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. All right. So here's the cool thing about the body and how we're designed. It's always going to try to get better. Now, if there's some pieces missing, right, you may not get to that 100% effectiveness as you'd want, but as you add new pieces in, you'll get closer to it. Right? So here's the reality. The body is always trying to heal and repair. So if you can decrease the stress on your body, right, your body's going to heal faster. So if you add new things in to help it heal faster, whether that's the activators or the supplements, it's going to heal faster. But if you increase the demands you put on that cell, we're still at a net zero. But if you remove a couple pieces, yeah, you're probably going to, the body doesn't, normally there's not a lot of what's called deletions, but it's still going to activate the pathway. But if you move a couple pieces out, yes, it will affect it. But with NRF2, you're literally turning on over several hundred protective genes. Right? So you're activating multiple systems when you're doing just NRF2. Now, as you add NRF1 and NRF NAD into it, you're going to activate even more systems that work interchangeably. And maybe if there's some other questions, we can talk individually where we can go back and forth. I don't feel like I'm confusing people a little bit. So just here, back up. Remember that slide where it showed all the different things going everywhere? Remember, your body will always fix and repair things based on what's most important. That's the beauty of how the system works. What we're doing is we're activating through natural pathways, giant pathways, that influence way, way more. So that idea of you're actually turning on the body's ability to repair like 40% faster is because you're helping all those pathways work. And maybe if I'm not answering your question clearly, maybe let's throw you on a chat back here and see if I can answer it. Cool. Bottom line is, guys, what you guys have right now in the health world is the iPhone of 10 years ago. Bottom line, what we have right now is the iPhone 1, right? Maybe iPhone 2 in the healthcare industry. So as we learn, as we grow and develop, we are that company. It's our job to protect it. It's our job to improve it. It's our job to tell that story again and again and again. Okay? All right, guys. That's it.